and was it glued down too?
Oh my gosh.
What is going on, everybody? Say hi.
Hi.
She's hiding under the heat because it's a little cold out today and only supposed to get colder. This thing, by the way, even though you probably shouldn't use it indoors, I figure there's enough air in this shop and it's ventilated enough even when it's closed.
Open a little bit.
It's actually got the shop at about 15 to 20 degrees warmer than it is outside. So that's kind of nice.
And we got it for free.
And, yes, and it was free-ish. Free-ish.
Free-ish, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, on to the premise of the video. In the last video, I started doing the tunnel patch on the race car. I showed you what that looked like. And instead of taking you along for a repeat of that same video doing the remainder of that patch, I just went ahead and did it.
You gonna fall back in?
Hey, I don't need to hear you give me crap about falling into the car last weekend. Man, you made me forget where I was at. Oh, the rest of that tunnel patch. It was a smaller piece, but it was infinitely more difficult because of the curvature that's going on there. But ultimately, I think it came out pretty good. Let me put the light down. There we go. Turn this little light on too. So I'll give you a look at what we ended up with over that. So there's our finished patch panel, or panels. There's two of them. I didn't clean the welds to where they were completely invisible. This floor is going to get covered with a thermal barrier, thermal and sound deadening that'll swallow that all up and it'll go away. And ultimately my fitment along some of the edges, especially with this little piece, wasn't perfect. The metal didn't line up just right, and there was some other bends that I was kind of trying to work with. And once I got to this piece and closed it off, you know, I couldn't hammer and dolly. I could just beat it from one side or the other to try and get it straight. So that's what I got. It's what it came out. I think it's pretty good, actually, for being a what started out as just blank sheet metal, and figuring it out, and first time work using that welder to that arc Clapton welder to do the patch panel work. I think it worked pretty good, and it looks pretty decent on this side. And we'll take a quick glance. I'll show you I cleaned up underneath a little bit as well, because well, that's what you do once you get it all welded in. And so yeah, I'll show you what that looks like once I can get down here. There we go. Down in we go. And there's what it looks like underneath. Again, it's not perfect, but it will it'll get the job done. It's patched up, it's welded up good. I did leave a light down underneath, down there in the tunnel, shining up at the patch with the inside of the car dark. And for the most part, I think I only had about 6 or 7 little pinholes that actually needed to be welded. My spacing actually was pretty decent as far as consistency and having it closed up all the way around the opening. So that was kind of nice. Made for less cleanup on the second pass once I actually was doing the thing. But we're going to do one other thing. It's going to be kind of a short day because, well, I've already been out here for a while doing the rest of that patch panel. I'm going to need that here in a minute.
We're fighting the cold.
And the cold's coming in. And prior to even starting on doing that work, I actually had to do some preventative work on the wagon, because this last summer when we got it up and going, I only put water in the radiator, which was fine at the time.
And we have an Arctic blast hitting us.
Yeah, as the weather calls it, an Arctic blast. I.e., we're going to be below freezing temperatures for multiple days in a row. It won't go above freezing, which means the shop will probably drop below freezing. And I didn't want to take any chances that we were going to have an issue with the wagon. So I drained the radiator out on that, put a coolant mix back into it, ran it for a little while. She gave a little bit of attitude about starting up because it's been a while.
You sucked all the gas out of it.
No, she was just mad.
She was thirsty.
She was just mad that she's still not on the road.
Well, that too, but she was thirsty.
I get it. So, but anyway, I'm going to show you what we're going to be tackling, or what I'm going to be tackling next on the race car. We're going to find out just how bad it is together. I'm going to need you to film.
You know, before we get into that,
here we go.
You need to figure out something, because we can't keep calling both of them race cars. You need to start calling
Yours isn't a race car. Yours is a hot rod.
You need to start calling yours what it's supposed to be.
No, yours is not a race car. It's a hot rod.
No, mine's a race car.
No, does it have a roll cage? Not a race car. It doesn't have a roll cage?
No,
not a race car.
It's a Gasser.
Doesn't have a roll cage. Hers is not a race car. It's a hot rod.
Not yet.
It's a hot rod.
Still.
This is the only race car that we have.
Still, you have called mine a race car.
No, I said you race your car.
Shut up.
Anyway, get over here and film
I don't
a
want to
little.
go away from the heat.
It's fine. It's 60 degrees in here. You're fine. It's actually 61.5 degrees. It's plenty warm. You're good. You're good.
You want to fight about this?
Film. Okay, so the tunnel patch panel, I started with that one because it was the easiest one to access, because it was, well, already a gaping hole, because I removed the patch a while ago when I started pulling the interior apart. But the more interesting one to find out how bad it is going to be the floor, and then there's also some holes. Well, there's a weird tech screwed on patch panel up at the firewall over the top of the tunnel at the firewall too. And I don't know, maybe you were watching when we got in the engine bay, but you may have noticed there's some weirdness going on there. So we're going to see how bad those are, find out just what we're going to be getting into. Like I said in the last video, we do have, or I have a replacement floor pan for the passenger side. So I knew it was going to probably not be good. That's a screw coming in from the bottom.
Yeah, there's one there and there's one somewhere else. And remember when we were cleaning the bottom of the floor, I kept scratching myself? That's why.
That's super annoying. I'll have to go underneath to get that one out. But anyway, let's pull these off, find out what we're working with. I'm pulling this one up here on the tunnel first because it overlaps the other one, and it's got a couple different size tech screws and silicone. No, not that size, but hopefully, well, I don't know. We'll see just how bad it is. Come on. One. I am glad that this battery is charged. I don't want to pull these out by hand. What is that?
What is what?
Oh, that's the tap. I forgot I put that down there. This is going to be a fun patch to make because of where it's at. Not. My arms aren't long enough. Oh, shifter moved. One more, I think. Yeah. All right. See how bad this one is. Oh. Hi.
Big old hole on both sides.
Those will be some fun holes to fill. They're actually with where. Oh man, it's big on that side.
Yeah.
Why? Why?
Let's look this way.
Why would they do that? The only thing I can think of is why these holes are cut right here, because these are definitely cut. They're not rusted out.
Oh yeah, those are cut.
Is someone didn't want to fight with getting to bell housing bolts. That's so they cut the tunnel out to get to the bell housing bolts instead of fighting to get in there to get them out. Only reason I can see it being cut that way, because that's 100% that's cut, not rusted.
Watch out for that screw poking up.
I know, it's gonna try and get me. All right. How many screws are holding this? Oh. How many of them are stripped?
That's one.
That's going to be great.
That's two.
The screws are not coming out. They're just spinning.
That's three.
Yeah, so far not a single screw has actually come out.
She's screaming. What?
Oh, this is going to be fun. None of these screws are coming out. We're going to have to cut them all. Well, I guess we'll try one more. No.
Why?
Why are these not coming out? None of them. Not a single one of these is going to come out.
They're just, yeah, literally, they're just spinning.
All right, well, that's going to be fun. Okay, well, I'm going to have to start cutting screws. Oh, come on. Nope. Every one of them. Not a single one of those screws backed out. Okay, well, give me a few minutes and I gotta get a cutting tool ready to go, and we'll cut these screws out so that we can find out how bad this floor pan is. Yeah. What? Why would anyone use machine screws with nuts to screw down a panel? Now it's a two-person job. It's going to take two people to get this stupid thing out of here, because one person on top, one person on the bottom. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
So if y'all didn't realize, Cole started in a new trend right now for 2025.
Whoa, don't you be hating on my eye protection. These things are so crystal clear, I can see again.
He's got old man glasses on. So I'm gonna zoom in on this.
Wow, hold on. I am an old man, so it's okay.
Look at
Don't
these.
you?
Look at these. Look at these. Look at these.
They're freaking awesome. They even got wings. These are actual safety glasses, not just glasses. Hell, they're not prescriptions at all, because I don't need no prescriptions.
Look at that. He's even crawling up like an old man.
That's because I am an old man.
He's got the old man glasses.
Don't you? I am old. I have earned the right to move like a crickety old man.
Yeah, have you?
Yeah, I have. I can't believe it's freaking nuts on the backside of these things.
All right. Where do you want me?
I don't know, I gotta figure out what size socket I need. Not that size. So, if you're out there and you're thinking about putting a patch panel down and using machine screws with nuts on the bottom side of the car, just don't do it. It's dumb. I mean, sheet metal screws is one thing, that's the hack. Now I lost my zip gun. Losing it. Found it. Sheet metal screws is the hack. It's the easy way out. You zip, zip, zip. They self-tapping. They just go in and it's a piece of cake, right? That's how you just slap a piece of metal down to cover an opening. Sheet metal screws. Zip, 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 zip. And that's how it works. One-man job. They back out. You zip, 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 pull them back out. It works, all right? Machine screws with nuts, it's not what they're for. Not what they're for. Oh, that one came out. I might be able to they might back out. Maybe. Nope, that one.
Did you speak too soon?
The screw's spinning on the other side. Go figure. See what other one we can get. What? Oh my. Oh, that one came off. All right, well, this is going to take me a minute to get these all off. Once we get them off, before that panel lifts and comes out of there, we'll bring you back. Yeah.
That wind is picking up.
The wind is starting to howl, which means the temperatures are going to plummet outside. Ooh. So we need to hurry up and be done so we can go inside the house before it gets too yucky. Anyway, I think I've got everything disconnected on this stupid thing now.
Are you going to turn your light on?
Oh, I guess I could turn the light on to help. That would be a good thing. There we go. After blinding myself. And was it glued down too?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, there we go. Getting somewhere. It must be glued as well. I bet you that's what was on here. Some sort of
all that sticky stuff?
Come out. This is not the way to do a patch panel. Whoever did this, don't do this. I mean, it was in here, I guess. So, what in the hell? Oh my gosh. Wow. This does not want to come out.
I'm gonna back up, guys. I don't want to get whacked.
Okay, that's progress. Where's my zip gun? There it is. Let's see if I spin this screw over here while pulling on it, if that'll make the screw let go. I know there's no nut on the back of it because I already got rid of that. All right. Come. Oh. All I had to do was threaten
I
it.
saw a whole bunch of pee holes underneath of it.
Pee holes?
Or nothing.
Well, I guess we know what we got fixed. That's kind of what I expected when I started looking at this closer. My bigger concern was the condition of the brace right here, to see if there was rust building up in that, and it actually doesn't look like it. It looks like it's just the sheet metal. Which will be fun to get out of here. Yeah, it won't be that bad. Where's my... Give me a cut. Look down inside this brace right here, the main body support brace, and see if there's any rust building up in there. No, that's, I mean, it's got some junk in it, which is expected because it builds up, but it's mostly just dirt. That's not rust, so that's good. The main brace right here is solid. We just have to basically replace the footboard here. The outer rocker section seems pretty good. I wonder, I guess I should look. I think that the panel I got, I think, goes all the way to the toe board. I hope it does, because I don't want to have to make a piece up there. Oh, take a look real quick. That's back over here in the corner. Oh, there's too much junk in the way. All right, we'll save that. We'll save looking at that for another day. I got a bunch of junk stuffed over there, making it hard to get to that panel.
You can go around that way.
Yeah, there's junk in the way that way too.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there's this thing called a welder.
You can go around the welder, and it's on wheels.
Yeah, but it's also got cords drug out in both directions. And there's a radiator over here. No, we're just going to leave that alone for now. And you got parts over here on the back of my race car.
Those aren't in your way.
They are if I want to put this up there and look at it. All right, we'll just pull it out. It's in my, whoa, radiator, don't you go falling over. Thank you. Oh, goodness. More space, always more space. Never enough. All right. So yeah, this goes all, well, it doesn't quite go up
As far as you need it to go.
as far as we need it to go.
So you'll just have to do a little bit.
That's kind of a bummer. I mean, it goes, what, 2 inches up? About, let's say, right in front of that line. It goes up 2 3/4 of an inch. How much do I actually need it to go up in here?
Actually, it might cover it. Maybe you'll just have to do like a couple spots.
Right there, 2 3/4. Yeah, it should pick up most of that. We might just have to make a little bit of a fill in a few spots that are up higher, but it should take out most of that section. To include that corner, which is totally boogered too. Nice. Well, So we got lots more sheet metal to do. The big reason, I just went to use my tape measure like a light. Well then. That's not supposed to work like that. We're going to be doing a lot of the sheet metal on this car because most of the sheet metal work that's being done on this car is interior work.
And it's going to get covered.
Either firewall or floor. It's not exterior sheet metal. And that'll give me a chance to get better at doing the fit up and the welding process for the sheet metal. Getting more efficient at making everything work and be nice and neat so that when we do start doing the exterior sheet metal on the Chevelle, I've got a little bit more practice and a little bit more skill set built up to hopefully pull off doing the exterior work in an acceptable level of performance, I guess, whatever. And make it look halfway decent. That's what all I'm getting at. So, as you can see, I said it in the last video and I'll say it again, the theme for 2025, at least the first part of the year, is sheet metal, sheet metal, sheet metal. Doing sheet metal work on this, sheet metal work on that. And realistically, if I wanted to do it right, I should be doing sheet metal work on the wagon as well because it's got some holes in the floor that... well, there was a video a while back about how I patched those ones, and let's just say it's not too far off from this, all right? I mean...
But it wasn't done that way.
It was done maybe slightly, just a sliver better than that. Not anywhere near that big, though. They were patches like this, little small, just close the holes before putting the carpet down. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for today. If you, what do you think of my look for 2025?
My look for 2025 is hasn't been shipped yet.
Yeah, it hasn't shown up yet. It was supposed to get here today, and she should have been rocking her 2025 look. But you're gonna have to wait until next time to poke fun at her safety.
Yeah.
Yes, safety first.
Safety first.
Or is it safety third? Safety third.
What's first?
Nobody knows. All right. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks for hanging out, and
don't forget to like and subscribe and watch our commercials.
Only if they're short.
Yeah.
Only the short ones.
Not the long ones.
See ya.
Bye.